Aries, thank you for stopping by and welcome to your January astrology. The year begins with this really strong surge of 4 planets in an angle to your Aries sun that is representing what else do I want to do? What do I need to do in order to accomplish, to be the person that I want to be? So your mind can really start to think very deeply about that. And the surge of energy that comes in with the new year, we have this large surge with Mars, Jupiter opposing each other. And so that's a desire to want to do it all. And you can feel that. I want to do this, I want to do that. Since it begins with a lot of earth energy, you could think about making a decision to be more grounded in a certain way in order to be inspired or have what inspires you. There is somewhat of a symbol that can suggest wanting either more financial resources. Oh, if I only had money to do this, then I'd be able to do that. That could be it. Or it is the high side of this is really appreciating everything that you have around you and using that which you have before it's discarded and saying, okay, I'm on to something new. So there's a little bit of a grounding energy along with wanting it all. And what else is new, right? You're an Aries. Of course you want it all. Why shouldn't you? The full moon on the 4th has a very strong intensity with it as it's captured with this Pluto-Uranus square that's been going on and off for a couple of years. It's revolutionary energy, overthrow of dictatorships, anything that's unfair to unfair to people, the general population. And this is indicating that if it's connected in your personal chart, there will be something about overthrowing something in your life so you can feel that you're living a life that's more authentic to you. It goes with Mars going into Pisces on the 12th of January. And so there's a shift from where we started, the Mars in Aquarius, a shift to Mars in Pisces. And anytime you have this Pisces energy, it's before, right? Pisces is before Aries. So there's an element of thinking about where in my life I might be sabotaging my efforts. And Mars in Pisces on the 12th, what this is suggesting, if you could start the new year off with a lot of hopes and wishes and good intentions. But when Mars goes into Pisces in the middle of the month, be conscious if you're not following through on what you said you wanted, what you said was important to you. The Sun goes into Aquarius on January 20th, and that's where the new moon is. And so now we have this big surge of Aquarian energy, and that is in a harmonious angle to Aries. Air to fire is harmonious. And this is surging in terms of suggesting it's a great time to reach out and be connected. Who are your friends? Who do you feel comfortable with? Who can you be yourself with? Who can you be your crazy, quirky self with and you still feel totally accepted? It's not about you taking advantage of anybody. It's not about you being not a good person, but your genuine self. I feel very comfortable with these. This is where I belong. And during this time, the week of January 20th, then what we have is Mercury going retrograde. And so with the Mercury retrograde, January 21st, there will be this essence, and it goes retrograde with the moon, in between moon and Venus. Those are positive planetary influences, harmonious, more in a way, the Venus is a benefic along with Jupiter, And as you see, it's all opposite Jupiter. So what this means for you is there is some rethinking about where you belong. It could be where you live, where you work, who you hang out with. Where is it that I belong? Now, if you're in school, then you might already be in the second week of courses, and you're like rethinking whether or not you have taken on too much or taken the right courses that are right for you, for what it started out with. What do you want to accomplish? So this rethinking energy is also suggesting rethinking if the energies that you're putting out in the world, whether it's worth it. Is the job that you have, is the pay you're getting, is it worth it? Is the effort that you're putting out in the world, is it worth it? So it's just not necessarily time to make a life-altering decision, but it is a time to think about it. Let me rethink things. When we go towards the end of the month, January 27th, Venus goes into Pisces. And now we have this big Pisces party. Remember in January, the January 1st, we started out with a Capricorn party, 4 planets in Capricorn. We get to the end of the month, we have Pisces party. And this is emphasizing the Pisces energy for you is a message. Do I sabotage? Is a question for you, inner question. Where in my life do I sabotage myself? Everybody has their own hidden spot, right? Everybody. It's not just you personally. But the Pisces energy is where you can become aware of it. And sometimes you can become aware of it because there could be something that you do or don't do that isn't really in your totally best interest. Also, as we close out the month, Venus in Pisces, which is a really sweet place for Venus, very romantic, tapping more into the romantic side of you, connected to Neptune, but she squares Saturn. And so it's saying, have a good balance between being realistic about going after what you want. Because Venus is not only your love life, of course you can want that, but Venus is also about what do I want? What will make me happy? What's really what I truly value? And having a balance between the ideal, no limitations, and a plan or a path in order to be able to make it real. So have a wonderful January, and thank you for being a subscriber and sharing.